Hello guys, I'm Sergio from the Sun UFO Mystery, and this time I bring to you, 10 most beautiful places in the world. Once in a while it is good to divert your mind from the daily hassle and dissonance of daily working environment and find a cool place where you can relax and enjoy with your family. There is one good place that exceeds nature and its beauty. Spending some time visiting and watching some of the most beautiful wonders of the world will make you forget all your worries and realize how much is given to you by your Creator to enjoy. There are so many breathtaking places in the world that you can visit, but here we are going to concentrate on 10 most beautiful places in the world. They are so beautiful that you might think of changing your current career to traveling. After all, traveling not only helps you learn but can also decide to write guides for others who might want to know more about their world. 1. Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. This is an amazing site located in between the border of Zambia and north of Zimbabwe along the Zambezi River. Although Victoria Falls is neither the widest nor the highest waterfall on Earth, this breathtaking waterfall occupies around 2 miles and is 354 feet high. It emits mist that is spotted by somebody about 20 kilometers away, and hence its traditional Mocio a Tunya, that simply means thundering smoke. It was named Victoria Falls by a Scottish explorer, David Livingstone. He's believed to have been the first person from Europe to visit Victoria Falls on November 16, 1855. By the end of the 90s, around 300,000 visitors were seeing Victoria Falls each year, and it was expected to increase to 1 million or more in the next decade. However, today Victoria Falls has more visitors from Zimbabwe and Zambia than from other countries in the world. The waterfall is accessible by train and bus, and it's rather cheap to reach, so why not visit this beautiful place this year? 2. Venice, Italy. Venice is a sanctuary on a lagoon, and it's not only amazing, but also preservative. In fact, Venice has maintained its beauty for more than 600 years. The city has 118 islands and more tourists than residents, and this is a fact contributed by availability of many beautiful sites and places to go while in the city. Among the places is touring with the Grand Canal, which is a 230-passenger boat. The tallest and the oldest building in the city is the Campanile, which was built 325 feet tall. To reach the top, people take a lift, but in the old days the Roman Emperor Frederick III rode a horse to the top. St. Mark's Basilica and the Piazza San Marco are another popular attractions in Venice. The Lido di Venezia is a world-known luxury destination that attracts thousands of celebrities, critics, and popular actors and actresses. Venice also relies greatly on the cruise business. Unfortunately, the city's popularity has caused many problems. It's often overcrowded, and the competition for tourists to purchase houses in Venice has made prices increase so high that many locals have to move to more affordable places in Italy. Last year I visited Venice and I simply fell in love with its diverse architectural style. I highly recommend you to see the Ca Rezzonico, the Doge's Palace, and the Ca Pesaro. While the Ca Pesaro and the Ca Rezzonico are Baroque and Renaissance buildings, the Doge's Palace is a fantastic example of Venetian Gothic architecture. Read also 10 spectacular natural wonders of the Middle East. 3. Fairy Pools, Isle of Skye, Scotland. Fairy pools are located 2 miles from the Glenbrittle beach. They are a part of a stream coming from the Glenbrittle forest, which flows in clear, quiet streams and beautiful waterfalls. There's not so much public transport, and you can take a walk through the pools enjoying the serene beauty. The great news is that you can swim here, but the water is rather cold even in summer. When visiting fairy pools, make sure you don't do anything to harm the environment here. Fairy pools might not be so popular, and I know many people avoid visiting this place when they backpack in Scotland. However, this place is perfect for hikers, mountain bikers, wildlife lovers, and those who live a busy life. You will find many rare plants and animals here. I've visited fairy pools a few times and I can't understand why so many people miss such a breathtaking place. On my last visit I was happily taking photos of fairy pools, and I consider it to be one of the most beautiful places in the world. Though I think it's better to visit fairy pools on a sunny day, since it could be very muddy on rainy day. 4. Great Blue Hole, a big underwater sinkhole. The Great Blue Hole is located near the center of Lighthouse Reef. This great diving destination is about 407 feet deep and 984 feet wide, and is rich in clear water and beautiful marine life. If you love diving, then the magnificent Great Blue Hole is just for you. Just imagine diving in crystal clear water and meeting unique species of fish, such as Caribbean reef shark, midnight parrotfish, and even bull shark. Moreover, you will have a great opportunity to see fantastic coral formations. Take a day trip to the Great Blue Hole from one of the coastal communities in Belize. Just be sure to get there as earlier as possible. In 2012, the Great Blue Hole topped the Discovery Channel's list of 10 most amazing places on Earth. Thanks to its beauty, the Great Blue Hole is now on the list of the most beautiful places in the world. So if you're planning your trip to Belize, be sure to go to the Great Blue Hole. The boat ride is about 2 hours long, but the scenery is captivating and you will certainly enjoy the ride. While it's not a cheap experience, it's well worth the cost. 5. The Red Beach, China. Spending some time in a beach can be incredibly fascinating, but it would be more memorable and wonderful if you could visit an extraordinary beach. This beach happens to be the Red Beach in China, which is located in Dao County 30 kilometers southwest of Panjin. Just because the beach is red doesn't mean it has a red sand. It's red because of the sueda, a type of seaweed that turns red each fall. The Red Beach is situated in the largest wetland and reed marsh on Earth, and it hosts a completed ecosystem. There are over 399 species of wild animals and 260 species of birds. The Red Beach attracts many tourists from all over the world each year, and not only during the fall season. The sueda starts growing during April and May and it stays green during the summertime, so I think spring and summer are also ideal seasons for visiting the Red Beach. Personally, I went to the Red Beach in July and I was absolutely captivated by its beauty. The beach was quite red and there were no crowds. One of the best things about this place is that almost everyone can visit it, regardless of their budget. Read also 7 important tips for pre-planning your trip to China. 6. Inca City of Machu Picchu. It is also commonly known as the Lost City of Incas that was discovered in 1913 by Bingham. The ruins are made of white granite blocks, which are beautifully and carefully fitted together. There are temples, residences, parks, and sanctuaries. This is an amazing place to go, especially if you are a history lover. It's believed that Machu Picchu was built for Pachacuti, the emperor of the Incas. Since the Incas had no written language, it's hard to find out why they built and how they used the site. Traveling to Machu Picchu isn't so easy, but it's worth the time and effort, as well as money. You can take the plane to Lima and then to Cusco, and only from Cusco you can take the train to Machu Picchu. However, many tourists choose to hike to the spectacular ruins on the Inca Trail. But it may take about 3 to 4 days to get there. Nowadays Machu Picchu is highly vulnerable to numerous threats. The weather systems and earthquakes can play havoc with access. Moreover, Machu Picchu is also overcrowded. Many archaeologists are afraid that a great number of visitors can damage the ruins. So when visiting Machu Picchu, try to be as careful as possible and don't do anything that can harm the ruins. 7. The Pyramids and the Sphinx. The Sphinx is the world's largest monolith statue that stands 241 feet long, 63 feet wide, and over 66 feet high. It's believed that the Sphinx was built for the pharaoh Khafre over 4,500 years ago. Though, the facts about the exact date when it was built and by whom are still unknown. But the only thing I can say is that it's incredibly mysterious place and you can spend hours here without even noticing it. There are also 138 ancient pyramids that were built to hide the tombs of the pharaohs. The Pyramid of Khufu is the largest pyramid of Egypt and is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world that still exists. Although the Sphinx is fascinating, the pyramids are even more spectacular. They have always fascinated me. I've visited the pyramids and the Sphinx a few times, but I always want to visit them once again. The pyramids and the Sphinx are among the most amazing sights that you can enjoy visiting through the Sahara Desert. Apart from watching the beautiful sight of the pyramids, you can also enjoy a camel ride as you visit the Egyptian pyramids. 8. The Great Barrier Reef, Australia, the world's largest coral reef system, occupies more than 900 islands. It is made of around 2,900 reefs and is located in the Coral Sea, in Australia. The Great Barrier Reef stretches for over 2,600 kilometers and can be viewed from the outer space. One of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the Great Barrier Reef has a high marine life diversity, including many endangered species. There are over 1,500 fish species, including the red bass, clownfish, snapper, and red-throat emperor, 30 species of dolphins, whales and porpoises, including Indo-Pacific humpback dolphin, the dwarf minke whale and the humpback whale, 125 species of shark and stingray, 17 species of sea snake, 49 species of mass spawn, 84 species of other spawn, 6 species of sea turtles, and many more. Due to its warm clear waters, vast marine life and majestic scenery, the Great Barrier Reef is an incredibly popular place, especially for scuba divers and nature lovers. However, it is not only perfect for diving, but for snorkeling, fishing, and sailing as well. About 2 million people visit the reef every year. A great variety of cruises and boat tours are offered, from amazingly long voyages to single-day trips. 9. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall stretches about 5,500 miles from east and west of China. It winds up and down across grasslands, deserts, plateaus, and mountains. The wall was built by the natives as a form of protection against their enemies more than 2,000 years ago. Its old-age architecture makes it one of the world's amazing attractions. One of the world's most iconic man-made structures, the Great Wall of China draws thousands of tourists, especially backpackers, each year. There are many sections you can visit these days. If you are going to take a day trip, I recommend you to visit the Muishanyu section since it can take almost half the day. But if you are going to do a long hiking trip, consider visiting Jinshanliang, Samatai and Gubikao. The Jinshanliang is situated 2.5 hours from Beijing and it's a fabulous place for taking photos. It stretches about 6 miles and has 5 passes, 2 beacon towers, and 67 watchtowers. I can only imagine how hard it was to build the Great Wall of China. When I walked along the wall, I thought about the ways the workmen transported the stones and about the techniques that were used to build the wall. It's really a mystery and it's difficult to believe that 2,000 years ago people could build such a majestic wall. 10. The Niagara Falls. The falls are made by a collection of 3 falls located on the Canadian and U.S. border. The American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls are the component falls that make up the Great Niagara Falls. The American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls lie completely on the American side and the Horseshoe Falls mostly on the Canadian side. There are many things to do and to see when visiting the Niagara Falls. The site provides a beautiful and convenient place to eat, drink, play and enjoy with your family or friends. I love seeing the falls from above at the spectacular Skylon Tower. It's a 775-foot high tower that provides captivating views of the Horseshoe Falls. I'm going to visit Skylon Tower at night to enjoy even more breathtaking views of the falls. Well, it's not a cheap experience, especially if you will want to eat at the tower's restaurant, but it's much cheaper than taking a helicopter tour. If you want to avoid tourist crowds, you can go to the Niagara Park's Botanical Gardens. They are open each day and admission is free. Thanks for watching, hope you liked, and please don't forget to subscribe.